Time now for your forewarned weather.
Good afternoon, Utah. I hope that you're having a marvelous Monday. We'll take a live look outside Red Cliffs Lodge in Moab, where it is always marvelous with the water trickling down the Colorado River. And there have been a few folks that have been coming down rafts, and with a temperature of 90 degrees, that would be a great way to spend the day. But then we'll go ahead and make our way up into northern Utah. The view from Utah Lake at the Linden Marina, where along the Wasatch Front, temperatures are mainly ranging in the upper 70s and low 80s at this point, as we're sitting at 82 in Salt Lake, but very comfortable at 65 in Park City, 73 in Logan, 90 in Moab, as mentioned, 91 in St. George. But this is looking over towards Point of the Mountain, over towards the Oakers. And the reason why I mentioned that is I've seen a lot of chatter on social media about loud booms that folks have been hearing along the Wasatch Front. The Tooele Army Depot has been doing detonations. So if you've been wondering why you've been hearing loud noises, that's probably the reason why. Now, as we go back to our weather this afternoon, going to kind of build off what we saw this weekend. Pretty comfortable temperatures, especially for this time of year, as we're mainly going to see 70s and 80s in northern Utah and 80s and 90s down south, with a few spots like Hanksville, Lake Powell, and St. George all climbing to or just above the century mark. For most of us today, we'll see mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies, but in northern Utah, as we go throughout this afternoon, we'll see increasing clouds heading into this evening. And you'll see that in northern Utah that we do have a general risk for thunderstorms for the most part, even though we could see a few spotty showers and thunderstorms generally in the northeastern half of our area as we go throughout this afternoon. The bulk of this storm threat will actually come from tonight into tomorrow, because there is a system now approaching us from the Pacific Northwest. You can actually see it right now moving through Oregon, and by tonight we'll start to move into our neighborhood, while down in southern Utah feeling the influence of a high pressure. You can actually tell there's a decent amount of dry air in place, so it's going to be a tale of two different days tomorrow, where in northern Utah we're going to have the chance for isolated showers and thunderstorms, while down in southern Utah we'll be looking at an increased fire danger. And the fire weather watch that we told you about earlier in the show has now been upgraded to a red flag warning. So this is, again, probably going to be for tomorrow, but I would not be surprised if it's for today as well. For those of you in Grand and San Juan County, that is definitely for today and for tomorrow. This is all due to a combination, though, of low relative humidity values and increased winds that we're going to see mainly because of that system moving in. We want to be mindful over the next 48 hours for that increased fire danger that we're going to have in the southern portion of the state, most notably down in southeastern Utah. Now let's go ahead and begin the futurecast at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And as we go through this afternoon and begin the early evening, really not too much to see. However, you might notice in the West Desert that those clouds are starting to increase as that system starts to approach from our west. And then by tonight, most notably during the overnight hours, a few spotty showers and thunderstorms are going to be a possibility. At this point, though, most forecast models in pretty good agreement that we'll see that best chance for wet weather for northern Utah and the bulk of the Wasatch Front and Wasatch Back kind of around sunrise tomorrow morning. Could maybe throw a little bit of a wrench into your Tuesday morning commute, and then by tomorrow afternoon and evening, the bulk of the shower and thunderstorm activity moves into the northeastern half of our area before we begin to calm things down going into Tuesday night and Wednesday. Then by Wednesday, as that system pulls away, we could start to see some monsoon moisture begin to increase down in southern Utah. Let's put you through all the mechanics of what's happening in the atmosphere. So as we go from this afternoon into tonight, that upper level low pressure dives in from the north, and that leads to that increased moisture up north while we stay dry and with that increased fire danger down south. Then as that system pulls away, this high pressure begins to move slowly to the north, allowing more of a southerly flow. So from Wednesday through Friday, we'll be talking about a decent chance for some wet weather down south, while in northern Utah, while Wednesday and Thursday look dry for the most part at this particular point, we could see maybe some of that monsoonal moisture arriving by maybe Thursday into Friday. Here's how it looks on the 7-day forecast. We're in St. George just above 100 degrees this afternoon, but for the rest of the week, daytime highs mainly in the mid to upper 90s. That's about 5 degrees below where we should be for this time of year. Adding in that slight chance for some wet weather on Wednesday, it looks like that at this particular point, the best chance for wet weather in southern Utah will be on Thursday. Then we keep that slight chance through Friday before a mostly dry weekend. Then along the Wasatch Front, daytime highs mid to upper 80s for today. A slight chance for our Tuesday, with that best chance coming during the first half of the day. Mostly dry Wednesday and Thursday. Daytime highs returning to the low 90s. A slight chance returns for our Friday for a few isolated showers and thunderstorms. Then looking at mostly dry conditions as daytime highs stay in the low 90s for this upcoming weekend.